What is up, everybody? Savage Bernie here, bringing you some Titan versus Titan gameplay. This is the new game type for the beta that was not in the alpha, so I want to give my reaction to it, and of course, some tips and tricks that I've found along the way. Now, this isn't necessarily me going ham in a match, but this was a great team effort and a great comeback. So now let me get into my first reactions to Titan versus Titan, the game type. So Titan versus Titan does a lot of things that, I mean, you wish you could do all the time. For one thing, you start in a Titan and you fight other Titans, which is always so much fun. Now, the problem is, it's very strategic. You've got to be a good shot. There's got to be a lot of things that go right your way so that you win a game. For instance, I beat that guy, but now I'm about to die because of another Titan, so I get ejected. Now, the point of the game is to kill all the enemy Titans before you run out of Titans. It's not until you die, it's until you run out of Titans. So let's say that I'm rodeoing this guy and our last Titan were to die, that would mean that we lose. So really, it's all about the Titans. Now, some strategies that I've found that help with this Titan versus Titan are, number one, there's one strategy that I tried that I have kind of just labeled, well, I don't really have a name for it, but this is how it works. So basically, whenever you spawn in, you get out of your Titan. That way your Titan goes in AI mode and it'll fight other Titans and pilots, but you are out of your Titan, so that you have more range. You can rodeo other Titans. You could use your anti-Titan weapon, which I used a lot in this game type, a lot more than I thought I would. I thought I would use it, hardly at all, if at all, but instead I was using it, all the time, because I didn't want to get too close to the action, because you only get one life. You don't get to respawn outside of your Titan. Once you're out of your Titan, you're out of your Titan, and this is all you get. So that is a really risky strategy where you may win, you may not win. It's kind of up in the air. I've had it kind of work. I've never really been able to pull it off, but I don't feel that I'm doing it quite the best that I could. The best way that I feel to do it, get to where a Titan would have trouble getting inside or shooting inside and then shoot the Titans. What I was trying to do is go up on rooftops or just in the open and shoot them and try to jump away before they turned around. But that wasn't working because the Titans are a lot more mobile than I feel they're given credit for. I mean, the dashes are incredibly handy. In Titan vs. Titan, you really have to know how to use your Titans. Right here, I pull up the Sidewinder, and I think this is where they find me and they start laying into me. A couple of things you can do with this, using the Titan AI and getting out of the Titan. I need to come up with a better name for that. One thing you can do. One thing I was doing is the new burn cards. One of them is an amped Sidewinder or an amped heavy archer rocket. And one thing you can do with that is put it on immediately at the beginning of the match. Get out of your Titan and have the amped Sidewinder, the amped heavy archer rocket, which makes them stronger. And then get up somewhere where you can shoot other Titans and just go to work. I did it with the amped Sidewinder. I feel it'll work better with the heavy archer rocket, just because the Sidewinder, it's a little different. It's harder to do Sidewinder when you in a situation like this. So the way the Sidewinder is set up, it's much easier to detect because it's hitting you constantly, so it'll show you exactly where it's hitting you from. It's harder to break through the shields with the Sidewinder, but you do more damage overall. Like, if their shield is gone and you hit them, it's over for them. There's nothing they can do. Now, the other strategy I found is kind of having a fallback. And I haven't been able to implement this because it's really a team strategy, but I have seen other teams implement it, and it has worked very, very well. So let me describe that a little bit. So this strategy of having one person stay back, basically, you have two people rush up whatever two main avenues there are, and you have two people. We have one person rush up a main avenue. You have two people flank around the side, try to get in behind, and then you have two people stay back. So that's 5 people. Usually you have at least a team of 5. A lot of times a team of 6. If you have a team of 6, then you send 2 people up the 2 main avenues. But I almost always saw it worked with teams of 5. I rarely saw teams of 6 do it or pull it off very well, just because it's hard to get 6 people without talking to work together like that. So you have 2 people staying back, preferably with chain guns, since they have the most range, I would say. You have them stay back, and you have 2 people with quad rockets go right up the 2 main avenues, and 2 people with 40mm cannons going down the sides. Now, the reason you have the cannons going down the side, they are the best overall. They do the most. I love the cannon. That's basically all I use. The chain gun from farther back, just because it's easier to hit with. You can do more damage from far away with it than you can with the cannon, or especially with the quad rocket. And it's very this strategy works well if the other team is disorganized, like most teams right now are. For example, I played against a team who was doing this, and it was incredibly difficult to do anything. I mean, we got slaughtered. I want to say that we won maybe 1 round, but they just wiped the floor with us. And instead of really being able to counter it, we just kind of fell apart, because 1 or 2 of us would try to counter it, and then the other ones would just lose tremendously. Pretty much was how it was going. Right there I got rodeo, and that really cost my Titan. But anyway, this strategy, I feel it'll be the best strategy. It's better than the jumping out of your Titan with your anti-Titan weapon. See right here, I do the amp launcher, and then I get out of my Titan if I remember correctly. But see, because you're the only person doing the out of Titan, it doesn't work very well, because it kind of adds half a player to your team, because it's the AI. It's adding the AI is how I see it. It's not adding you as a pilot. I feel like that gives it a little too much credit. It's not quite that good. It's basically, you hope the AI can survive long enough that you can take out a Titan or 2, because your Titan will die. Player control Titans beat auto Titans every time. I don't care what situation you're in. I've never seen the latter. One of my friends actually was playing the beta, and he was playing Titan versus Titan. There was a pilot on his team in their Titan, but it was an auto Titan. So he had an auto Titan whose pilot was dead, and it was him as a pilot, and then an enemy auto Titan. It was just really funny, because auto Titans, I feel, beat pilots, but they don't beat other Titans. And the reason I say this is because it's really hard to get away from an auto Titan without cloak. In this game type, I feel cloak works better than stem, though I still used stem just because I love stem. I was using nuclear, core, and auto eject, because those 2 things work really well in tandem. So I shoot that gun because I was a person. I'm a goober. But anyway, I saw, and 2 auto Titans were fighting. The way they fought was a lot different than the way I've seen 2 Titans fight. Usually, if someone throws up their vortex shield, that's all fine and dandy, but you're also going to throw up your vortex shield just a little bit after they throw theirs up, and that way you catch all the things they threw at you and throw them back at them, and then they can't react. I didn't have a chance to use the electrical charge shield, electrical charge smoke with this, but I feel it would work well with the way that I was playing. What I was doing was jumping in to a fight I would obviously lose with nuclear reactor and auto eject, and hoping that I would take out the 2 or 3 Titans that were fighting me, or at least damage them severely with my Titan. It's a very kamikaze strategy. It worked decently considering there wasn't much teamwork among our teams, but it didn't work splendidly. I couldn't say that it worked every single time, all the time. You really have to back them into a corner or get to them very quickly. Usually what I would do, I didn't do it much in this match, I would run and I would dash back into their base, and then just do my rocket salvo, my vortex shield, and start punching away, shooting, doing everything I could to do damage to them without taking damage, but trying to hold back on the damage that they were giving me. Like, right here. I've got 3 Titans shooting me. I know I'm gonna die. I try to back this guy into a corner. I get back into a corner, and I don't know if it works out, but we'll see right here. It doesn't really work out. There are a lot of times where I take out 2 Titans, so it doesn't always help, but it helps every once in a while. Excuse me. So now let me just do my reactions to Titan versus Titan. I love it. It's a lot like Execution Gears of War, which I was a big fan of. I was never the best at it, that's for sure, but I could do alright. In Titan versus Titan, it's all about teamwork. You cannot win on your own skill. I mean, you can do well, but you can't win on your own skill just because there are other Titans at play, and it takes a Titan to kill a Titan. I feel like in this game type more than any other. Pilots are good, but they are certainly not the be-all, end-all. You can't just have 5 pilots and 1 Titan win. It doesn't work that way. You have to have some Titans. You can't just go at it whole hog and hope to win, because it's just not going to work. You're just not going to win. In this one, we managed to all pull together as a team and bring it together and stage a comeback, but we could have done better. Let's say that we'd implemented the 6-person strategy or the 5-person strategy. We would have had 2 people going down the 2 main streets. We would have had 2 people flanking around the sides, and we would have had 2 people staying back. And staying back on this map, I actually might use a quad rocket, because the lines of sight are very straight, unlike Fracture, where you can where it's very open, but the lines of sight aren't always very straight. There's not a lot of room to get around here. If you just stayed in the back, you're not open to the 2 main avenues. Instead, I would put on a quad rocket to do maximum damage if someone did get close. Instead of having, you know, having it where you shoot them from far away, you'd be shooting them from up close with the quad rocket instead of the chain gun. So these are just my tips and tricks for Titan versus Titan gameplay. I haven't played it enough, you know, to have a really firm grasp, but I've played it enough to know what works and what doesn't. I'm decent at it. I wouldn't say I'm the best, because there's always someone better, but I almost never say I'm the best. So that guy was punching me because he thought I was an enemy Titan. Oh, what a goober. Just the main thing in this is you have to work together. Even if you're not talking, you've got to work together. You've got to be, you know, helping your teammates. You've got to be supporting each other even when you're not communicating. You've got to have each other's back. Otherwise, you're going to lose every time. So anyway, guys, this has been Savage Bernie. If you enjoyed, leave a like and a comment, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.